Happy morning, students. We are in last topic, standard costing. With respect to standard costing, theory-wise, very less important for exam. Practical problem-wise, most important topic. Even though less important for the theory, those less theories also we have to concentrate for the purpose of getting 4 to 5 marks. What do you mean by standard? Standard is nothing but expectation. Standard is nothing but what? Expectation. You are not up to the standard. A person what? You are not up to the expectation. So standard is nothing but expectation. Will the expectation and the actual will go together? Expectation and the actual will go together or not? Especially our own CA students' life. Expectation and actual is always going together. Not always go together, right? Expectation and actual may not go together. If expectation and actual is not going together, some gap is there. I have expected something, actually happened to something. Therefore, there is a gap between expectation and actual. The difference between expectation and actual is called variance. The difference between expectation and actual is called variance. The expectation is here called standard. Therefore, what minus what is equal to variance? Standard minus actual is equal to variance. What minus what is equal to variance? Standard minus actual is equal to variance. Then, why the variance has occurred? What could be the need? What is the reason behind the variance? That analysis we have to do. That's the reason. Since we are analyzing the reason for the difference, the reason for the variance, the topic is also called variance analysis. Now, variance is nothing but expectation minus actual. With respect to expectation and actual, where and all expectations will be there. Where and all variance will be there. Where and all expectations are there, and all variance will be there. Expectation leads to standardization. Tantalization. Expectation leads to tantalization. எதிர்பார்ப்புகள் தான் ஏமாற்றத்தை தரும். So, the expectation here leads to variance. Where and all expectations will be there in industry's point of view, because we are preparing standard costing from industry's point of view. Where and all for industry's point of view, expectations will be there. Where and all cash flows are there and all expectations will be there. Where and all cash flows will be there in industry with respect to purchase of raw material, with respect to labor cost, spending money for human resources, with respect to overhead. These are all expenditure side. Income side, sales by way of selling the product and getting the money, sales. Therefore, expectation and actual, the variance analysis we have to do for material, labor, variable overhead, fixed overhead, and sales. Understood? Sales variance applicable only for final, and 4 variants alone. The first expenditure variance alone applicable for intermediate. Old IPCC, all the 5 variants applicable. New intermediate, only 4 variants applicable. Final, all the variants with reconciliation, reverse looking, everything is applicable. Now, with respect to variances, where and all expectations are there and all variance will be there. So, material variance, labor variance, variable overhead variance, fixed overhead variance, and sales variance are there. Therefore, there are 5 variants are there. Based on impact on profit, variance can be broadly classified into 2 types. One is called favorable variance, another one is called adverse variance. Unfavorable, also called adverse variance. Favorable variance and adverse variance. If it is positive to the organization, if it is profitable to the organization, then it is called favorable variance. If it is loss to the organization, then it is called adverse variance. Because of the difference company going to earn profit means then favorable. Or if I'm going to incur a loss mean, the company is going to incur a loss mean, that is called one adverse variance. Now, for example, with respect to material, 1st January expectation is there, for example, 1st January. 31st March, we are going to give the report to the organization what and all happened. So 31st December. So the 1st January to 31st December, 1 year period for your understanding. So company's expectation will be there in the 1st January. Expected material for you, I am allotting the budget. 5 lakhs rupees you have to incur for the purpose of purchasing material based on our expected demand. So how much the fund allotted for the purpose of raw material? 5 lakhs. End of the period, after 1 year, we are giving reports. Total cost incurred for the purpose of purchasing material comes to 6 lakhs. Therefore, difference is what? 1 lakh. So expected material cost 5 lakhs, actual material cost 6 lakhs, difference 1 lakh. Therefore, the difference 1 lakh is profitable to the organization or loss to the organization? Loss, because expenses increase. Therefore, it's a 1 lakh is a rupees, 1 lakh is a adverse variance. This is the manner we have to compute variance. So expectation minus actual. Expected material cost 5 lakhs, actual material cost incurred 6 lakhs, difference is equal to 1 lakh is the adverse variance. Suppose you are all in the execution team. I am from the top management. Then it is your duty to give the proper report, justify why you have incurred extra 1 lakh. Because company's point of view supposed to incur only 5 lakhs, but you have incurred actually 6 lakhs. Then why you have incurred extra 1 lakh? You have to give the report, no? Yes or no? Therefore, in that circumstance, you have to give the report. Then we are going to prepare the report. Yes, we have incurred extra 1 lakh, but the 1 lakh is the difference because of, we are going to analyze. At the time of preparation of budget, at the time of expectation, on 1st January, material purchase price comes to, for example, 5 rupees. But during the period, price has been increased. 5 rupees become 5 rupees 50 paise. Therefore, because of the change in the market price of the material, I have incurred additional 60,000 rupees based on the purchase quantity. We have calculated how many quantity you have purchased, how much the extra price you have paid, 5 rupees expected price, but we have incurred extra 50 paise. 50 paise into how many quantity you have purchased. It comes to assume how much? 60,000 rupees. Okay. Increase in price, it's beyond your control. So out of 1 lakh rupee, 60,000 because of material price variance. Rupees 60,000 adverse. Okay, market, because of the fluctuation in the price, you have incurred 60,000. What happened to the remaining 40,000? That is also you have to give the analysis and report. Yes, on 1st January, based on estimation, we supposed to consume, to produce 1 finished goods, we have to consume 2 kgs of raw material. But over the period we have analyzed, we have consumed 2.25 kgs of raw material because of the poor quality of the material. Consumption has been more. So due to usage, we have incurred additional 40,000. So material usage variance comes to 40,000 adverse. So price variance 60,000, usage variance 40,000, price variance plus usage variance is equal to total material cost variance 1 lakh. Therefore, the 1 lakh is the difference has been justified, analyzed by way of price variance how much, by way of usage variance how much. Therefore, that is called variance analysis. So the price variance plus usage variance is equal to total material cost variance. Understood logic or not? So the variance analysis is nothing but one, finding the difference and analyzing what is the reason for the difference is called variance analysis. Similarly, you have to compute for labor, variable overhead, fixed overhead, and sales variance. So these are all the variants are there. Variance analysis is there in this topic. All are comfortable with respect to concept behind variances. Now, We'll read some past exam questions. Meaning of variance. That is what? Standard costing. Explain standard costing. Standard costing is defined by ICMA London as a preparation and use of standard cost, their comparison with the actual cost and the analysis of variance to their causes and points of incidence is called variance analysis. That is called standard costing. So nothing but what? Comparison of actual with the standard and analyzing the reason is called standard costing. Standard cost is defined as a predetermined cost which is calculated from management's standards of efficient operation and the relevant necessary expenditure. It may be used as a basis for price fixing and for cost control through variance analysis. In very first topic also you have discussed basic concept, cost reduction versus cost control. There also they have mentioned standard costing is one of the tool for cost controlling technique. JIT is a tool for cost reduction technique. Understood? So standard costing, budgetary controls comes under the cost reduction. For the purpose of controlling the cost, standard costing is used. It's a predetermined cost. Next, why is standard costing system preferred by the organization? Why we need standard costing? That is what the question. For that, 3 reasons are given. One is prediction of future cost for decision making. Prediction of future cost for decision making. Provide target to achieve. Second point is what? Provide target to achieve. Third point, used in budgeting and performance evaluation. Used in budgeting and performance evaluation. One more point is also there. Interim profit measurement and inventory valuation. Inventory valuation and interim profit measurement. So 4 reasons they have mentioned why we need standard costing. First one is what? Prediction of future cost for decision making. Second one, provides target cost to achieve, targets to achieve, provide targets to achieve. If you are fixing the target to achieve the target. Third one, used in budgeting and performance evaluation. Used for the purpose of budgeting and performance evaluation. And last point is interim profit measurements and inventory valuation. These are all the 4 main reasons we need standard costing system. Clear? Now, the next one is process of standard costing. So, why standard costing system is preferred by the organizations? The first exam question. The next is the first exam question is process of standard costing. There are 4 processes they are given. First step, setting of standard. Step number 1, setting of standard. Step number 2, ascertainment of actual. Step number 3, comparison of actual with the standard to determine variance. And 4, investigation of variance and take necessary appropriate action. Very easy. I have told you 1st January we are setting expectations. That is called the standard. End of the period, actual will be there. Thereafter we are comparing so that variance will come. Then we have to do the necessary action. So that is what they are saying. First one, fixing the standard. Second one, how much the actual you are going to ascertain. Third one, we are going to compare so that we can be the person to get the variance. And last step is one, we have to do the investigation for the variance, nothing but variance analysis. These are all the 4 process of standard costing. So 4 process of standard costing is the what? Easiest question for you. Next important question is accounting procedure for standard costing. Accounting procedure for standard costing. With respect to accounting procedure, 3 accounting procedures are there. Partial plan, single plan, and dual plan. The accounting procedure is a very frequently asked question in final and intermediate. Chances are there, since it's there in your syllabus, since the final exam it's a very frequently asked question, any point of time they may going to ask the same question to you. Okay, so accounting procedure for standard costing. 3 accounting procedures are there. What are they? Single plan, partial plan, and dual plan. Single, partial, and dual plan. Then, with respect to single plan, what is called a single plan and a partial plan? Okay, difference between partial plan and a single plan applicable only for the final. So first, you know how to write some point with respect to three different things: partial plan, single plan, and a dual plan. With respect to partial and single plan, whenever variance has occurred, variance nothing but difference, the difference has occurred. Immediately, if I'm going to pass the entry, because accounting treatment is also equally important. I have purchased the raw material, expected price of raw material 5 rupees. Actually, I paid 5 rupees 50 paise. Therefore, the 50 paise into how many quantity I have purchased, that difference is there. I have to record. If I'm going to record immediately, whenever I'm purchasing, whenever I'm finding the variance, whenever variance occurred, immediately I'm going to record. Then each and every single transaction I have to record. Then that's the reason it's called what? Single plan. Every transaction I am recording. That's why it's called a single plan. Partial plan, partiality. Immediately I'm not recording. Variance has happened. Periodic interval I am going to update. Periodic interval I am going to transfer to respective account. Periodic interval I am going to do the posting for the variance. Then it's called partial plan. So single plan means immediately I'm going to pass the entry. At the instant I'm going to pass the entry. Whenever variants are happen, immediately I'm going to record. Then it is called a single plan. Each and every single transaction I have to pass the entry. That's why it's called a single plan. Partial plan means cumulatively I'm going to pass the entry for the difference. So the variants are accounted cumulatively, partially, periodically. It's called partial plan. Therefore, if you are going to see, we are doing the variances in general in our syllabus substantially. We are preparing variances, material price variance, all the variances based on consumption, not based on purchase. Material usage variant, material purchase, material usage variant, material cost variant, material price variant, everything for what? Based on consumption. How much the raw material consumed? Based on consumption. Consumption you can be the put to know after one particular point of time only. Therefore, in general, we are preparing the variance as per the syllabus. All the variance analysis we are preparing based on partial plan only. Now, got the idea or not? The moment I am going to purchase, if I am going to pass the entry, then it is called single plan. That's the reason some occasion, past exam question, also find out material purchase price variance. That's logic or not? Therefore, material price variance means partial plan. Material purchase price variance means single plan. Therefore, in general, we are used to compute only by way of what? Partial plan in all the topics. That is all the variances in this topic. Okay? The last one is called dual plan. Dual plan nothing but variance you are expressing in terms of rupees. 5,000 rupees, 5,000 adverse, 3,000 rupees favorable. Instead of that, if you are going to express in terms of percentage, then it is called what? Dual plan. Variances are expressed in terms of percentage being, that is called dual plan. Therefore, with respect to accounting procedure, 3 accounting procedures are there: partial plan, single plan, and dual plan. Now you got the idea about what is called a partial, single, and dual plan. The next important question: explain variance. Now you can manage what is variance, but in fact, I will read the answer part. Variance. The difference between standard and actual is called variance. Variance analysis is the analysis of cost variance into its component part and the explanation of the variance. Therefore, variance is equal to expectation minus actual. Okay. Now, distinct groups of variance in standard costing. With respect to distinct groups of variance, it's a past exam question. They have mentioned the 3 different groups: variance of efficiency, variance of price, and variance of volume. There are 3 things they are mentioning: efficiency variance, price variance, and volume variance. Due to efficiency or inefficiency, your efficient mean organization going to get the profit. If your inefficient mean, organization going to incur a loss. Therefore, one is favorable, another one is adverse. Therefore, the variance may happen because of efficient or inefficiency of the operation. Second one, variance is based on price variance. Increase in market price, decrease in market price, increase in labor rate, decrease in labor rate, increase in material purchase price, decrease in material purchase price. Due to that also variance may happen. Because of efficiency or inefficiency may going to happen, variance may going to happen. Because of what market rate also, the variance may going to happen. Third one, due to volume, nothing but what? Consumption. More consumption, less consumption. Demand is increased. Due to increase or decrease on volume, also variance may going to happen. Therefore, it's broadly classified into distinct group of variances of questions. So broadly classified into three types. One is variance based on efficiency, variance based on price, and the variance based on what? Volume. This particular question has been derived from the one broad question which is there in the ICA chart itself, in material, study material itself. Types of variance. In the first answer, they are given what? Distinct groups of variance, three groups they are given. But it is my personal advice, not mere the three answer alone. You have to write in this fashion. Types of variance, kindly remember, that is more important. That covers the previous question, the distinct groups of variance also. The variance can be broadly, refer my chart. I have given the second part of the PDF, I have given the chart also. Okay. The variance, the types of variance, the variance can be broadly classified into four types. One we have already discussed, based on impact on profit of the organization, it may be called favorable variance or adverse variance. Similarly, the variance can be broadly classified into four types. One is based on controllability, another one is based on impact on profits, another one is based on cash flow, another one is based on element. Four different bases are there. Based on controllability, two different variants are there: controllable variance and uncontrollable variance. Controllable and uncontrollable variance. Based on impact on profit, variance can be classified into two types: favorable variance and adverse variance. Based on cash flow nature, variance can be classified into three types: efficiency variance, price variance, volume variance. That is what we discussed. Okay, it's based on casualty. Based on casual, the variance can be classified into three distinct group of variance: efficiency variance, price variance, and volume variance. And last, based on element, material variance, labor variance, and overhead variance. Remember the basic concept: element wise classification of cost, material, labor, and other expenditure. Same manner here, material cost variance, labor cost variance, and overhead variance. So I'll repeat once again: types of variances are important. Variants are broadly classified into four types. What are they? Based on controllability, based on impact on profit, based on causes or casual, okay, casual nature, and based on element. Based on controllability, variance can be classified into two types: controllable variance and uncontrollable variance. Based on impact on profit, favorable variance and adverse variance. Based on casual nature, material, efficiency variance, price variance, and volume variance. Based on element, it can be classified into material, labor, and overhead. Understood? Yeah. Disposal of variance in standard costing. That is also expected question. Disposal of variance in standard costing. How to dispose the variance? Again, they are giving what? Disposal with respect to first one. Two different ways are that. The first one, write off all the variance to P&L account. Difference is that impact we have to transfer to what? P&L account. That is called write off all the variance to P&L account. Or another question, another way, distribute the variance in pro rata basis. Pro rata basis. Pro rata basis represent what? Based on cost of sales and WAP and finished goods stock. In that ratio, you can apportion. So three ways are there. First one, write off all the variance in one P&L account. Second one, pro rata basis, we can be the apportion the variance. Pro rata basis in what ratio? Cost of sales, WAP stock, and finished goods stock. Accordingly, we can. Third one is also there. What is the third one? Write off quantity variance to P&L account and price variance based on cost of sales, WAP, and finished goods pro rata basis. We have come across variance can be pathed into what are 3 different groups: efficiency, price, and the volume. Here they are selling quantity variance. We have to write off in the P&L account. Price variance based on pro rata basis. That is cost of sales. What ratio? Cost of sales ratio, WAP ratio, the finished goods ratio. In that ratio, we can apportion. Clear? This is called disposal of variance in standard costing. So these are all the first exam theories are there. Points to be remembered also, I would like to discuss in respect to standard costing. Points to be remembered. Whenever you come across standard costing, rule for solving standard costing. Rules for how to, whoever not comfortable with respect to standard costing topic, the practical problem, simple fashion, have taken 3 different sessions for standard costing. Whoever want, you can approach me. I will help you. Okay. The simplified manner, by way of self-learning, you yourself, by way of seeing the video, you can be the person to solve all the variances. In that fashion, I have having the video. Okay. I will help you for the purpose of what whoever want. Okay. Those students also can be the person to make use of that opportunity. Okay. Now, points to be remembered. Rules to solve standard costing. What all the rules are there? First one, identification of variance and draw the 2 rules you have to follow. First, identification of variance and draw the respective chart. This is all not an examination question. This is for a better understanding. Okay. Nobody going to ask what all the rules are there. Okay. How to solve the variance. For that, always remember 2 rules. Identification of variance and draw the respective chart and filling the blanks. Whenever you are going to solve the standard costing, RAQ, revised actual quantity, how to compute, how to be concentrate properly, and the standard quantity computation. That's the most important. If at all students are committing the mistake, they will commit the mistake only in standard quantity computation. That is what standard computation. Maybe standard quantity or standard Haas. Okay, the computation of standard is a little difficult one. That only you have to be very careful. These are all how to compute RAQ computation loan separately, standard quantity computation loan separately, revise or standard Haas computation loan separately, so that we can avoid the mistake. Separate video I'm having. Clear? So those videos also kindly refer. That will help you for a better preparation. Clear? So standard costing is the most important one. Practical part is the very much important. Theory part comparatively less important. But if you are strong in theory, you can be the person to handle the practical problem also. All are comfortable with respect to the last topic, standard costing. Clear? Happy? Very good. Study properly. Write test. That is also going to help you like that. Okay. Good. One more special video also I would like to give. Okay. After finishing that, you can watch that video. Bye-bye.